born and raised there, but I moved up and down the coast a lot.
Yeah.
But it was just raining out there a lot. Up in the Pacific Northwest, it rains like 6 months out of the year, and so I just had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Get on something new. So.
Do you? I'm wondering what one of your biggest regrets in life is, if you want to share that. Drinking. Yeah.
I would say the worst decisions I've ever made in my life were attributed to being drunk.
Yeah.
So, I would say I would have never made those decisions otherwise. So, yeah, drinking is probably my biggest regret.
Yeah.
I still drink from time to time, but I don't go like, after about 3 beers, I'm done, even when people try to egg me on because you're having a good time and stuff. Well, there's more good times to have, so just kind of write that one up as the end of the chapter for the night and go home.
Yeah. I see, is that the Nightmare Before Christmas hat you got?
Yeah.
Is that one of your favorite movies, or?
No, it was like I lost my beanie, and so I went into Spencer's at the mall to find like something, and it's really the only thing I saw that was.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite childhood memory or movie you have that really stuck out in your mind, or?
I would say Nightmare on Elm Street actually was.
Oh, yeah.
I was like probably 5-6 years old, and I was watching this behind the scenes documentary on it.
Yeah.
And it was really weird because my mom walks in, she goes, "Oh my God, what are you watching?" and stuff. But then you see the director's like, cut, you know, She's like, what is this? And so I was like, it's a movie, it's Nightmare on Elm Street, and they're showing us how they do the effects. And she goes, okay, but if you get scared, you know, it's not my fault, you know. Yeah. So that stuck out the most because now every time that I watch movies, I kind of like, I miss the good old days of like blood splatter with pockets and stuff and how they used to do stuff. It was so cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you have any modern opinions on the modern movie industry, or?
I think they all took one direction. You know, I mean, you got guilds now. You don't need guilds. Are probably the worst thing to happen to entertainment when it becomes a product in itself. Yeah. Like, I remember going to writing classes and stuff in school because I was in drama and all that kind of stuff, and they would always teach you this way to do things, and I'm like, where would we really have the Willem Hell yell if everything stood like that? Yeah. We follow the paradigm so to a T that it becomes plastic. Yeah. You know, we've heard that before. We do that, and you know, now it's like just redoing stuff. And I don't know. I think we need more creativity and imagination and. Yeah. I mean, but at this point, the theaters have always just been getting more and more expensive, so getting people out into theaters, I don't think is going to be the way to do it.
Yeah, it was interesting you brought up creativity. I'm wondering, do you have any creative pursuits that you really like? Or?
Oh, I do all the time, dude. I create like crazy. I just stopped giving it out to the public.
Yeah. Do you draw?
Oh, yeah. Write stories, come up with movies, video game ideas. Yeah. I go on Steam all the time, and I'll like play the early access games or demos and give them my ideas and, you know, hey, this needs this a little flighty and this and that, and game test for people. Yeah. So.
Do you have a favorite artist of all time?
Ooh, that's tough. Hunter S. Thompson is definitely up there.
I don't know who that is. Could you tell a little bit about who that
Hunter
is?
S. Thompson is like, you ever heard of Gonzo Journalism? Or Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? Yeah. Now, he was the creator of Gonzo Journalism, and what he did was he started out by going to like the Kentucky Derby, you know, and instead of directly doing like a piece on the Kentucky Derby itself, it was what goes on at the Kentucky Derby with the debauchery of the drinking and the gambling and all the sinister shit that goes on there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's what a lot of his writing became, but originally I believe he was a writer for the Air Force, and he was on Colombian drug boats, and writing with the people that would help traffic, and they're just average farmers and stuff, so he was getting their stories, and I was like, man, to put yourself in and he wrote about the Hells Angels and stuff, and it was buddy with them in like I think 74 or something crazy. But yeah, he was a big drug addict. I mean, huge. It was surprising how much drugs he did. Like everybody, even in Hollywood, just makes Charlie Sheen blush. You know, and that's saying something. But yeah, he could put Charlie Sheen and Robert Downey Jr. together down in the dirt easily.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he have a drug of choice?
Not really. His whole motto was buy the ticket, take the ride.
Yeah.
You know, if you're gonna do something, fucking, you
Full
know,
experience.
do it.
Yeah.
You know, he would travel across the country with a duffel bag full of like mescaline and yeah, a whole bunch of cocaine,
Yeah.
all sorts of whatever he could get his hands on. You know, he was that kind of guy where it would be like, hey, I just got my hands on. Oh yeah, did you now? Did you? Let me try a little bit of that and see, you know, what it's like. And then he'll just fucking push it to the extreme. You know, be like, well, how fucked up on this shit can you get, man? And yeah, crazy.
Do you have who's some of your favorite people in life? Do you have any really close people to you, or?
Not close people to me.
Yeah.
I had too many people die of like drug overdoses when I was living in Seattle and stuff. So I don't let people get close to me anymore. So but influential people, I would say, Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
I actually met him when he was in Portland. And it was the craziest thing. He was actually just out in public, and he was doing a freaking thing, and that was like the one of the most humbling moments of my life, because he wasn't paid to do it; he was just doing it.
Yeah.
And I really respect people that, especially artists that get really big, to just go do their fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
Just like the world is meant to, and you get so much more of an appreciation from that too, instead of people that, oh, I was at the Dave Chappelle show, you know. It was really like a one-on-one experience. Like you can't recreate that, and I would think that artists are deprived of that.
Yeah. So you talked directly to him? You just had a conversation?
Yeah,
Wow.
like face to face, and it was just the craziest thing. You just don't expect. But the West Coast was so much like that, though. I mean, Portland and Seattle, you had on Sundays and Saturdays and Sundays in Portland, they would have the Saturday market, and it would just, you haggle goods and stuff. You'd have just a farmer's market, and you just haggle goods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of artists, and on the farmers or downtown Seattle, like at the fish markets and stuff, they would have people come out with random instruments that they just made out of nowhere and play them.
Yeah.
You know, and it was the coolest thing to go out there and just be able to see somebody like playing the spoons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, that song Spoon Man came from Seattle.
Oh, really?
They're actually talking about the Spoon Man from Seattle, and he actually came to my middle school one time.
Wow, yeah.
That was way fucking tough.
Yeah, did you have anybody famous who went to your middle school or anything like that?
Oh, there was a lot of famous people that went out in the West Coast. There's a lot of famous people that come out of the West Coast.
Yeah.
A lot of them, it's like you'll see and you're like, God, you notice that person. But I came from I wasn't there for very long. I dropped out in 10th grade and got my GED.
Yeah.
But at that school, there was like South Kitsap and those areas. They were like the #1 football teams and Foss and stuff. You get all the big actors that come out of there.
Yeah. It might be getting a little bit cold out here, but you can keep speaking as long as you want. But I just want to put that out there, so it's all up to you how much you want to say. But
dude, I'm
you seem like a really cool dude. I think I'm trying to think of another question. What's your favorite food that you like? It's kind of a basic question, but
I've always been a beef and potato kind of a person.
Yeah.
Crackers and cheese. I'm your typical white boy.
Yeah.
It don't take much to satisfy me. It's just some really good like garlic mashed potatoes with some chicken and some barbecue or something. Man, you just can't go wrong. Ribs and fried chicken. You just it just can't go wrong with that, man. You can live off a barbecue for the rest of your life, man.
Yeah, it's classic.
Yeah. Crab's good too.
Yeah, crab's good. Do they have crab out in like Seattle? Or
oh yeah, it's big out there. Of course, they do more of the snow crab. You got to get like the king crabs are up in Alaska. Those are those big monster suckers, with the big giant claws. You get those guys. Yeah, that's good eating up in Alaska. If you ever get a chance to go to Alaska, don't say no.
Yeah.
Because it's amazing up there, and they got that winter and summer solstice kind of a thing where it's only twilight for a little bit, and then it's either pitch black or light out.
Yeah. Did you get to see like the Aurora Borealis at all?
I did not. That's the one thing I have never seen that I've always wanted to. And I think a really good place to go, if you were ever like hunting to go see it, I would go to Iceland.
Yeah.
Because they got the active volcanoes out there too, so you could get an active volcano with an aurora borealis. That would be an experience, man.
Yeah.
So if anybody's out there hunting for an aurora, that's where you want to go. Is Iceland.
Yeah.
You check out those pictures; they're beautiful.
Have you been to Iceland?
No, no.
Okay.
Those are one of those places I've always wanted to go. I like the colder climates. That's why I stayed in Wisconsin. Is because I like the cold. I like the cold. I like to be able to layer up.
Yeah.
Because you can't, when it gets too hot, you can't just peel your skin off. You know what I mean? You're just cooked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the cold.
Do you have any places that you dream to travel of at some point?
I've always wanted to see the sunset on the Spanish Riviera.
Yeah.
That like. People had told me that there's no picture that can describe it, and I finally understood that sentiment when I was traveling the U.S. and I was at I was in Utah and I was by the canyons and stuff, and the way that the colors are in the rock, when the sun is setting, the color constantly changes on the rock.
Oh,
so
wow.
no picture, no video can really give that vibrant, that shimmer, that everything that it gives off. So yeah, when somebody said that to me about the Spanish Riviera, then I saw that, I was like, I've definitely got to check out the Spanish Riviera then, because that sounds like heaven, you know?
Yeah. Do you I'm not sure, this might be a personal question, but do you have any woman in your life right now? Or
what?
do you have any like girlfriend or not really? Or
girlfriends or
no. I'm single too, so I'm not hating.
Yeah, it's the whole thing has gotten really weird, and it's really a woman's world right now. And girls gotta make the move. That's just how it is. Guys, it's so monetary now, and it's just like girls act like prostitutes now. It's like you gotta do all these things, and it's like, I'm just trying to get to know you. I'm not trying to fuck you. You know, I'm just trying to have a companion, somebody I can, talk with at night before I go to sleep, so my brain's not fucking, so I can actually go to sleep. You know, somebody I can cuddle with and stuff. But you don't got girls like that anymore. They're just like, oh, you gotta. They're on a checklist, and if you don't fit that checklist,
it's like grocery shopping.
It is, grocery shopping at fucking like the most highest fucking. I don't know, man. I don't know. I've seen videos and stuff, and if I find somebody, I find somebody. It's not like when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of like you shouldn't force anything, and I find it when you force something, it just never ends up the way you expect it to.
Yeah.
And humans are really stupid at thinking we know what we want.
Yeah.
We never know what we want.
Yeah.
But when we get what we need, that's when that's the real shit.
I think that's the powerful advice.
That's when it hits you like a ton of bricks, like, wow, that's love, you know? And I've had that before. I've loved and lost already, so it's not like I'm missing. Oh yeah, I need a woman in my life. But it's like I know exactly what that's like, and that's awesome. And if I do get it again, that's cool. But I'm not gonna force that and not expect that from anybody else, because that was a situation that happened long ago, and I'm not gonna try to relive that moment. It's kind of like how a parent will try to relive their college football years to their children. I'm not going to do that through another woman trying to relive a love romance relationship. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah. Do you have any big goals you have coming up, or just maintaining?
The goals that I have are just so minimalistic. Because it's easy to achieve goals and you don't feel like downtrodden and stuff. Do I have dreams and stuff? Yeah, sure, I have dreams, but it's not like I aspire to be that thing. If it happens, it happens. I just put my foot in the right places, and then if it does happen, it's cool. But I don't. Hope is the most flammable substance in the universe, so it can go up. It can go up so quick and leave you with nothing. So I just hope is one of those things that you have where it's like, I hope I get the right Lego set this year for Christmas. That's a good kind of hope to have. Because if you're let down, it's fine because you still got a Lego set for Christmas.
I know. I've definitely had that flammable moment with my hope sometimes. Was there any time for you that, this might be personal, but that really kind of changed your perspective on things?
I've always had the same perspective since I was a kid. it's one of those weird things where you feel like the world is finally catching up to where you're at, you know? It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Because I've always felt this way. And then I see people waking up and they're like, oh, well, da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are fucking weird for thinking that, you know? But whatever, you know? We all come to our own steps, but it's been a fucking hell of a ride watching people become self-aware and aware of other things, and you know, because all these things that you see on the internet have been going on for millennia. It's just you have more of a magnifying glass on it now. That's the only thing.
That's a good point. Is there anything that you know, you were already thinking about 10-20 years before you were already on game that, oh, now everyone's talking about it and you're like, oh, you bastard, like I knew about that the whole time?
The airplanes falling apart, I knew that was going to be a problem because of, I knew the people that were getting hired at Boeing when I went to school with them, and I was like, these morons are going to kill somebody, and I was right. I knew because I know their hiring practices over at Boeing. And I also, there's a couple of things that are coming. Still, the Cascadia fault line is going to snap. That's one of the reasons why I moved away from Washington too, is because it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and you don't want to be anywhere near that when it happens. And it's kind of one of those things where, if you know that in 12 years a gun is going to be shot at your bed at that very spot. You know it. You know, would you continue to sleep there? That's my whole thing. I know that gun's going to go off, and I don't want to be there when it goes off, because trying to get out, you're not getting out, dude. The roads, no.
Is that a tectonic plate? Or
It's a huge shelf. You should. It'll startle you when you look at the topographical maps, but you see those and you'll look at how freaking big, and it's all silt down there. I mean, the Coast Guard does drills right now. They're still doing drills to this day, just preparing for what's going to happen. I think they've all just kind of given up and just like totally live in ignorance over there.
What do you think is one of the most ignorant things people can say in 2026?
The AI's bad. That's probably the most ignorant thing, because it's not even AI. It's just a scripted program. That uses a reward system. It's not AI.
Last one I was talking with actually was talking about AI. It's interesting.
It's weird how people view AI, and it's not even artificial intelligence. You know what is artificial intelligence? People that use AI. That's artificial intelligence, because they don't even know. It's like this thing that blew me away, okay? So this thing on Gemini, right? I was watching this Gemini fucking ad, and they got this guy, and he's in this art gallery, and he's like, tell me something to say about this piece of art. This is what bugs me, is that he didn't even give a shit about the art. He's just there to impress people. He doesn't care about what the paint was used, what kind of pigments, the time age, what was going on at that period, anything along with the artist and stuff. They just wanted to know something interesting so they can have a conversation with somebody else and sound like they know what they're talking about. Now that's artificial intelligence. People are become artificially intelligent because they're just following a check sheet through their whole entire life.
Have you heard about AI psychosis? How some people use AI and it actually messes up their mind?
Oh, there's people that do brain self-surgeries. There's people that there's this one guy that where AI talked him into insanity, where he thought that he found some kind of mathematical equation or something like that. I mean, there's fucking hella YouTube videos about that shit, man. There's some, you know, and it's just weird because those people have no human connection at all. You know, they're completely cut off from the world. I mean, I'm guilty of the same thing. I'm a shut-in, like, big time. But when I do have interaction, I interact, you know, and it's from the heart. You know, it's not from, I know what to say because this group says to say these things, and then if I parrot them, I'm part of that group now. Fuck that shit. Tribalism sucks ass.
Yep.
That's what builds and creates empires. You know, it's really cool to look into is in China how the families formed up the river because you're bathing in somebody else's bathwater and using their water.
Yeah.
So wars were started over the area, and then more wars were started on who gets to have bathe in less bathwater.
Wow.
You know, the kind of internal struggles that are caused off the most insignificant things are just mind-blowing.
Yeah, you seem like a very aware guy. It seems like you know what's you don't follow other people's ideas. You know, you think for yourself.
I will listen to people.
Yeah.
I will listen. I'll actively understand. Like at least try to understand where they're coming from because there's something I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be something I don't know that they know because they came to that conclusion.
Yeah.
And you know, especially the people that are so ironclad about it. You know, those are the people that confuse and scare me because they can be so. You can manipulate somebody like that, but you can't prove to them that they've been manipulated.
Yeah.
It's game over at that point. And I think we have too many people that are just too afraid to admit that they were wrong.
Yeah.
And just crack open that well.
Yeah.
And just bathe anew, you know, in a new life.
Yeah, I think that's very insightful. Yeah.
People really need to be breaking out of their cocoon still. But it's going to be in the reverse because it's just the kind of people, man. It's just, it doesn't matter what kind of laws, regulations, people fuck shit up all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, man. Yeah. We could have something so good going. We could have the best immigration policies in the world, and some fucking asshole's gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
Just because they wanted to get an extra couple of whatevers.
Yeah.
You know, an extra greed will ruin us forever.
Yeah.
Just forever.
Yeah.
And there's no stopping it. It's not like you can make a law because people that are greedy don't care about the law. So what do you do about people? What, throw them in jail, put them a slap on the wrist and stuff? They're just going to go out and do it again.
Yeah. What do you think the greediest thing you've ever seen a person do is?
Oh, that's tough. I've seen a lot of greedy people, but owners not working at their businesses is the greediest thing I've ever seen in my life. Somebody who just buys out a business and then hires employees to work there and then takes money off of it because they're the ones that opened it up. That's the most greedy son of a bitch I've ever met in my life. I have no respect for people like that.
I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I'm getting pretty cold right now.
Man.
I've been interviewing people for a while, but you're a really cool guy, and it was really cool to interview you and hear your ideas. And if I ever see you again, you know, I'll just let you know if you ever want a platform again. Just let me know.
Yeah, man. If you ever,